Good Erev Shabbos, everyone. Erev Shabbos, Parshas Naso. My Shavuos. This parsha is an incredible parsha, and I wish I could make these tapes longer and longer, or more and more of them, because there's just so much to talk about in this week's parsha. But I'll just leave you with just a simple thought, maybe to coast through from Shavuos and to uplift us a little bit. Take the amazing feeling that we had on Shavuos and the aliyah that we had on Shavuos, and to let it really mushroom and grow inside of us. It's a long passage, 176 psukim. But if you look carefully, it's a lot of repetition. And the repetition is the gifts of the Nisiim. There were 12 gifts that were brought by the princes of the tribes, and every one of the gifts was identical to the other. So we tell over the first gift, and then who brought the gift, and then we say again, the next head of the tribe, and he brought a gift, and it's exactly the same thing. And the third one is exactly the same thing. The fourth one is exactly the same thing. If there was a editor to the Torah, what they would have done is just said that the heads of the tribes, and maybe even listed them in two psukim, brought, and then listed the 6 or 7 psukim that tell over the gift. We could have saved an enormous amount of verses. We could have gotten the Kiddush much earlier. What was the necessity to keep repeating over, and just to keep saying over identical karbanos? Because the rabbis explained that it's not identical. Just because something looks the same doesn't mean that it's the same. Because the kavana, the intention of where it comes from, the experience of bringing this gift turns it into something very different. Somebody gives something out of the depths, the bottom of their heart. Somebody makes an $18 donation to an organization, when really all they can afford is a $5 donation. And they give it with such admiration and such love. It's an amazing thing. Somebody can give the exact same identical $18 donation, and yet give it begrudgingly, and could afford much, much more than that. So then it becomes a negative experience. And it's tainted. And it's true of everything that we do. It doesn't depend as much on the things that we're doing, but it depends on how we're doing it. Chazal apply this concept to many different things. When it comes to certain tefillos, when it comes to certain prayers and things that we say, that it's better to say less with kavana than to say more without. Provided that our hearts are towards heaven, that's the ikr, that's the main thing. It's about our intentions. And every single leader of the tribe had a different intention and was coming from a different place. And therefore, every single one of those offerings, those were not identical offerings, those were unique offerings. That's why when we crossed over the sea, everybody had exactly the same experience. We pointed to the sea and we said, Zekeli V'Aveu, it is my God and I will glorify him. But it said in the singular, not in the plural. It should have said, Zekelenu. This is our God. We saw him, each one of us saw him, we saw the same thing. No. Zekeli. It's my God. I experienced it one way, you experienced it another way. That's why there are people that have a custom when they leave a shiva house, instead of saying to all the mourners, Hamakim Menachem Eschem, that God should comfort you as a group amongst the other mourners of Zion and Jerusalem. We turn to each one of them and we say, Hamakim Menachem Eschem, you. We say it in plural because it's for you, and also for the niftar nifteres, for the one that passed from this world. They also need a nechama. Hamakim Menachem Eschem, V'Hamakim Menachem Eschem, V'Hamakim Menachem Eschem, and we say it to each and every one of the mourners, because each one of them is going to experience it differently. Each one of them is going to find a different comfort. Yes, we do things the same. Yes, I'm holding the same siddur that you're holding. I'm experiencing the same Shavuos that you're experiencing, but we're experiencing different things because we're different people. And the Parashat of the Nisiim is just a reminder that to have a thing called Klal Yisrael, you have to have similarities. We have to do things the same. But in order to have Klal Yisrael, you need to have individuals. And we need to put our own kochos and our own powers and our own capabilities and our own talents into the things that we do. And that's what makes up Klal Yisrael. There is a beauty in symmetry, but there is a beauty in individuality. In each and every one of us, infusing the things we do with our own energies and our own holiness. And that's the way we become a Mamlechas Ka'anim V'Am Kodesh, that we're made up of all these little beautiful pieces, but together we become this Am Kodesh. Have a beautiful, wonderful, amazing Shabbos.